What's up, everybody? So in today's video, I'll be showing my entire business operating system that brings about 5 figures every single month. And this is what I call my lifestyle business blueprint. And so if you're ready, we will get started. So as you can see in this diagram over here, that there are 4 key pillars that I'll be covering in today's video, right? There'll be attract, nurture, convert, and sustain. And so one thing to note is that you don't have to do everything that I say. I'm going to go more detail on that later. But these are the 4 key pillars you can always go back to find out which area of business do you feel that you should focus on. And so very quickly before I begin the rest of this training, which is who is this for? Number one, you want to add at least $20,000 into your money income so you can better take care of your family and help more people. Number two is you have someone who have done the work, made progress, and invested in content programs. So this is not really for people who have never attended a single business program before. And number 3 is you are someone who wants more quality time, freedom, and profit to have a simple lifestyle business you don't need a holiday from. So for example, if you are someone who wants to build a business to get acquired or to get listed, this video training is probably not going to be very relevant for you. And very quickly, for those who do not know who I am, right, I was in the tech startup space, firstly more than $10 million of funding previously. Right now, for my clients, I've generated more than $6 million of revenue, served more than 1,200 people, and I was the former #1 affiliate in Asia of Tony Robbins back then. And right now, I do run a business and product coaching program, as you can see what I'm doing. And the reason why I'm doing all of this is, yes, is to invite potential clients to join my program, but right, I also want to help more people, right, even if they don't pay me a single cent. This is what I do right now. And the wake-up call very quickly about what happened was when I first started the entire seminar education space, I realized that even after years of it, I still could not make the money I wanted. And that was when I realized that I was somewhat what I call an info junkie. And it was triggered by a walk with my ex-girlfriend, now wife. And it was only then it was a wake-up call for me to start my business, right, to help people to implement it even better. And when I started my product coaching program, it did pretty well initially. So I was making like 10, 30, 50K months, but something felt pretty off, right? I was running offers I didn't enjoy. I was working weekends. I was saying yes too much. I looked successful on paper, but I was still stressed, scattered, and out of alignment. And so what happened, as of this time of the video, I took the next 18 to 24 months to really design and to find a business model that will work for me. Because I realized that what I had previously was not the kind of business I wanted to run. So I stripped it all back and rebuilt everything. And this is what I call the lifestyle business blueprint, which is 1 aligned offer, 1 simple funnel, and 20 hours a week. And we have helped many people since then to build not just a great lifestyle business, but to do it in less time, stress, and effort. And so the old way, what I realized for many programs, which again are great, right, and many people I respect, but here are some of the old things that I didn't really enjoy or I didn't really agree with, right, where you had to do multiple offers, you had to put in the hustle, the grind all the time, you had to constantly follow up, chase people, income was unpredictable, there was low client success rate. It was very frustrating for me because I wanted to make money while actually helping people, and I don't think many people were doing that, focus on that at that point of time. Many people were burnt out, overwhelmed. Some of them were making money but still feeling a bit misaligned like myself, and they had money but they had a busy calendar as well. So the new way, right, and this is what I was very passionate about, which is 1 clear aligned offer. I'll be sharing that later. 20-30 hours per week, inbound leads and clients who trust and value you, a predictable recurring revenue, results come with ease, flow, and fulfillment, and again that freedom to travel, rest, and create meaningful impact moving forward. And so the result was more than 20,000 per month, with higher profit margins, but also doing it just about 20 plus hours a week. I'm going to show you everything that helped me get there. And so the first quick thing I'm going to share with you is, before I even say anything for the rest of the training, which is remember that you don't have to take everything I say. Remember to do what works for you. So I'll be covering this thing later, what called the zone of genius. But basically, zone of genius are the business activities that you enjoy the most and you're the best at. So what I mean, right, some of the things I share might work for me because I love it and I enjoy it and I'm good at it, but it might not work for you. So take some of these principles and adapt it to yourself rather than just copying or modeling blindly. And so over here, I don't try to prescribe you stuff. I'm just going to share what worked for me, and then you can take it for your own situation. So another quick reminder before I begin the actual training, which is, remember, it's not about what you hear, it's about what you implement. So many things I'm going to share in this video training probably going to sound familiar to you, especially if you've known me before. But again, it's not about how whether you heard it, it's about whether have you applied it, or if you've applied it, how can you apply it better. And that's how you constantly improve, grow, and get better and make more money. Okay, so with that, we're going to go to the first pillar, which is attract, right, of the lifestyle business blueprint. And so very quickly there, what I realized is at the end of the day, if you want to attract more clients or more customers in your world, there are just 3 key ways to do it. There's buy, borrow, build, and I'll share with you what I mean in a bit. So for example, the first pillar is buy. right? So number one is you can buy your way, right, to getting more customers, more clients, more followers. And so, for example, this is a sample, right, of one of my results of my ad campaigns previously, and this was what I was paid for, right? Last time I was the number one affiliate for Tony Robbins, more than $50,000, because they were buying, right, new clients, new customers, new followers as well. Okay, so one quick thing is I wouldn't recommend usually buying ads if you're starting out or new, just because you might not want to spend the budget when you haven't earned money yet. Number two is what I call borrow, right? And so this is when you actually start collaborating with other people, other brands, other companies, right? Where you guys help each other out. Is it maybe through referrals, right? Or through joining other people's communities? So I have one client called a life coach who generated more than $950,000 in 1 year, not by creating content, but actually just attending BNI, right? The Business Network International. And so again, what I would say for borrow are usually for people who are very confident that they have value to provide already, so that you actually can start exchanging collaborations, partnerships with other people. The third one, right, is then build. And this is what I typically recommend for most people who are starting out or a bit new, which is you want to build what I call attraction-based content. And so very quickly, I'm just share with you the 4 kinds of content that's worked the best for me, right? Whether you are building content on your own, or you can even apply it to both your GAVs, partnerships, and even your ads as well. So the first, and these are the kind of content after more than publishing 2,000 posts, that has worked very well for me. So number one is transformation. So very quickly, transformation posts are just basically sharing your transformation results. That means your own results you have achieved that other people might want. Your clients' results, you can share about your clients' results as well. Or even if you really have no experience, to share the transformation results of people you have researched online or live case studies of it. So again, one thing to know about transformation results is not just about sharing the result, but also sharing how you got there, your journey towards getting there. If not, you might just be seen as a show off. So some of my best posts came from my transformation strategies, which didn't just share the result, but the way, right, or some of the lessons I generated that got me there as well. Number two is what I call leverage. So leverage posts is basically what I tell clients is when you're starting out, most people might not really care about you, but right, instead of feeling bad and sorry about it, you can actually leverage other brands, right, or other celebrities. You can actually leverage, right, on their scalability, right, and the big names, right, in order to grow your content. So for example, over here, one of my best posts, right, in terms of talking about one of the legendary marketers called Russell Brunson, right, ClickFunnels. Over here, I did an experiment back then, which is not about 5 morning rituals that I want to do, but I used the richest CEOs routines, right, and I shared my experiences as well. And then this was one of my most viral posts ever. Again, it's not because people care about me, but they care about the fact that I talked about Taylor Swift, and that attracted a lot of views and a lot of followers as well. The third kind of, right, is trending, which is just basically finding out what are the most trending pieces of news in your post right now, in your space, and then just talking more about it. And if you share unique perspectives, opinions, that's how you can grow a lot of followers and a lot of views and reach as well. And the last one is just basically general personal posts. So whether is it my bucket list, right? Check where I did a ice bath at the Baltic Sea in Finland. Whether is it about mom, right? About getting her to be healthier, how she recover cancer, or even just some goofy posts. Sometimes these are some of the posts that will get you more followers and subscribers as well. So again, these are the 4 kind of posts that you want to kind of leverage on, especially if you're starting out from scratch, because they work very well. The next thing we'll talk about when it comes to attracting new people is that leads at the end of the day are what we call people you can contact. So for example, anyone in your contact list in your phone right now are your leads. But the difference, right, is that there are people who have a high quality leads and people who are lower quality leads. So for example, right, I differentiate into 3 segments. Number 1, followers are those people who follow you on social media. It could be your friends, it could be random people that follow you that you don't even know. And these are what I call least qualified, because it takes the least amount of effort to follow you on social media. Subscribers, right, are people who maybe gave you their email, their contact, their WhatsApp number sometimes, and these are called subscribers, whether it's through your emails, your WhatsApp broadcast list, your Telegram list, and these are called pretty qualified. And the last one, what I call customers before they go to clients. That means these are people who have paid you some money, right? Might not be exactly your main key program, but it's what we call your customers, and these are what I call the most qualified. So typically, the people who pay you money are going to be the most qualified people to be your clients eventually. So the way you bring, or the way you move them up, right, in terms of understanding who are the least qualified all the way to the most qualified people, and to bring them along the stage, which is through what I call digital snacks. Obviously, there are physical ones, but this is my favorite because I'm purely online, which is lead magnets, Right, so these are just by using their email list. So for example, if you click over here, right, they get a free guide, right, by just giving their contact numbers and their details. And again, it is totally free. But what's even more higher qualified is that if they actually, you can see over here, buy one of my virtual products for even $9, right, and even a $9 simple product can make them more likely to buy from your future. Because why? By the time they pay you a single dollar, their psychology, right, or their behavior is going to change because they've actually paid you money. So there's it for attraction. And the second pillar is going to talk about nurturing. So now you attract people into your world, whether they are followers, subscribers, customers, right? The question is, what do you do next to make sure that they become a client as well? And so one quick lesson I'm going to share with you. This guy is called Dan Bolton. He was, I think, Alex Hormozi's second investee company. And he makes about $11 million and he makes about $200,000 per month in just about 2 hours per day. And the biggest lesson he has taught me, which is the stronger your marketing, the easier the sale. And for someone who do not like to sell, right, who do not like to hard sell, I do not like to pressure people, to convince people, to chase people to buy from me, this advice was so freaking important for me because I realized that if I got stronger at my marketing, right, the sales will be effortless. And this is how business has been like for me over the past couple of months, right, where sales become easy. And this is what we call nurturing. So the next thing that helped me a lot was what we call the mere exposure effect. And it was an 8-figure marketer that taught me about 6 years ago called Gabriel. And basically it just means that the more content you share, the more people see your face, see your brand, the more they will just naturally like you. It's just a very simple human condition, right? Where the more they see you, even though your content might not be the best or not the most amazing, right? The more they'll trust you just because they're more familiar with you. So, if you want to sharpen your marketing, right, these are the 3 key things you want to build in your content, your conversations, in your workshops, in your events, right, to make them more likely to buy from you. So number 1 is connection. So instead of just showing how good you are, they want you to actually know that you actually care. So they actually need to like you, right, as people. They actually need to like your brand, need to resonate with your values. They need to relate to whatever you say, right, as a human, and they also want to feel understood by you. So they want to come on, right, when they buy a product. They also want you to they also want to feel that you understand what they need in the first place. So that is number 1, connection. And number 2 is you also want to share that you are actually good, right? There's proof of your skills, the results you've achieved or help others with. So it's just basically you want to give them enough reasons to trust you, and that's what called credibility. Okay, so it could be awards, your achievements, your certifications. These are part of credibility as well. The third one is what we call expertise, right? So instead of just showing your testimonials or your social proof, you also want to share substance. You also want to share opinions, insights, perspectives, and the more you can share expertise, the more they'll trust you as well. So showing that you're not just someone who can talk a lot, but you can back up whatever you claim. And so the more you build this tree, right, the more they will trust you. And that's how I've got clients that buy from me, right, even without having to do a sales call sometimes, because they trust me so much through my content that they're more than willing to buy from me even before I do the call with them. So my nurturing system, very quickly, and this is how I do it on autopilot. Number 1, I choose 1 social platform, especially as starting out, choose 1 each, right? So 1 social platform for me is Facebook. So this was a typical view of what I got recently. Another one is broadcast, right? Your broadcast channel for me is email. So broadcast channel is one where you decide when people see your posts. Socials, the thing is, while they have a huge reach, it's up to the algorithm, right, to decide whether people see your posts or not. For emails or WhatsApp lists, SMS lists, or even sometimes physical addresses, you get to decide when you want to distribute your content as well. So, and the next one, right, is assets. So assets are a bit more interesting, right, because you can, is what I call you taking it from your asset library, right, to send to people anytime you feel they need it in order for them to watch your content. So for me, assets, right, is what I call YouTube. So to me, everyone here, right, on some level, especially if you're a bit more experienced, should have some form of YouTube, not to get viral, right, but to create videos such that anytime you need to send to people to get to understand your strategies, understand your perspectives further, you can just send it over to them. And I'll give them some examples. So, but before that, just remember, the more trust you build, the more sales you will get. As simple as that. The reason why I was able to grow my business without having to sell too hard, because I do not like to hard sell, I do not like to pressure, I do not like chase, I do not like follow up, is really just because I'm able to create a lot of content and a lot of trust from people. Okay, so the third one is what we call convert. And so convert basically means getting people from followers all the way to clients, right? So clients are just people to pay you for your main program. And so a very quick, this is one of the biggest principles I've learned that helped me make my lifestyle business possible, which is what I call your golden offer. And your golden offer just basically means one core offer, multiple tiers of access. And let me share with you what I mean. So what it means, for example, let's say you have your most premium offer, right? It's your one-to-one support. You give everything. You give your most exclusive, your most premium service. This is your core offer. And what you do is you might have another signature offer, right? So this is a lower tier where people pay less money, right? Where it could be, for example, for me as a coach, I can give community support, group coaching, and all my curriculum, right? And the third one could be what I call low ticket products, right? This could be your digital products, your workshops, your courses, your one-time events, so on and so forth. And the last one is called free, right? So my free content. And so what happened last time, which was everybody would be creating separate products or separate offers for different price points. But right now, the biggest thing I would say is one core offer, multiple tiers of access. And so this is the hack that helped me to save so much time in my business, which is everything I do here is meant for my clients, my ultimate clients first. So even my free content, so let's say, for example, if I go to YouTube, right, for example. So if I go to YouTube and I go to my channel, all my videos here, right, especially my latest ones that I created, is all for my clients first. And then I just extract, right, some of these things that I'm going to give for my private clients, right, for my free content, right, for my low ticket products, right, when I sell it, right, or for my next group of clients. So again, everything I do is for my clients first. And then I just extract different parts of it as well. And let me show you an example. So, for example, right now I have a private community, right? So people sign on and they get my school community where they can ask questions anytime here. And then they have all my modules, all my playbooks, right? And right now they have about 32 to 33 other premium trainings over here. My next tier of clients are what I call my inner circle clients, which is basically they get my private group chat, right, with me. They get private access to me as compared to just school, right, for my private community. And then they also get to go for exclusive events that my other tier of clients do not get. And so this is what I call my inner circle clients, and they pay a little bit more. And then private clients, right, are those that get the most amount of support with me. They get monthly one-to-one calls. They get private events just for them period of time, and they get private access and higher priority support. So this example of what I call one single offer, 2 to 3 tiers. Okay, and all the content I've created, right, is all meant for my clients first. And so over here, you realize that if I got 10, 20, 30 more clients tomorrow, I don't have to worry because it's all just one single offer with multiple tiers of access. And so this is the biggest hack I would say if you want to grow your business in a sustainable manner. Again, with that, you get to make way more money with way less time. So the next thing is, how do you get more people to be your clients? So number one, once you created your document, right, your offer is pretty solid already. Then you just remember, the more people you invite to your offer, the more money you make. Right? And if you use all the principles we shared earlier, right, all the way from credibility, expertise, right, building trust, right, all the way from building an offer, one offer with 3 tiers access. And then when you invite people, the more people invite, no matter how crappy or how imperfect it is, the more money you make. So there are 2 ways to invite people. It's either through a live invitation. So live could be a one-to-one call. It could be presenting an offer in a workshop as well. Or it could just be an offer document or sales page also. And again, it doesn't matter. Obviously, if you're starting out, I would do the live calls, right, the live meetings, right? And then, of course, you're going to scale a lot further. You don't mind a bit less conversions, like my season of life right now, where I do not need as many clients because I have recurring revenue. I can just send them a sales page and I can just focus most of my time on my clients. Okay, so another thing, how do you get more clients faster? And so this is what you want. My ultimate hack I give to all my clients and the people I help, which is just saying 2 things. You want to have conversations, and you want to just have events. So DMs are what I call a rocket booster for any business. The more DMs you make, not to sell, but to genuinely care, to think about how you can help, to send resources, to send value, right? The more money you make. Again, you're not doing DMing to sell. You're DMing to check in with people, find out how are they, to find out what you can do to help them out, and to send them some value along the way. Events, again, similarly, you go live events, right, and give a lot of value, right, give a lot of strategy insights, and then you can invite them into your offer from there. Also, the more you do that, the more money you make. So this concept, and this is something I've shared with my private clients recently, which is at the end of the day, if you want to generate cash in your business, after you build the foundations, it becomes very freaking simple, right? Success is nothing more than few simple disciplines. So these were the top 2 activities I realized if you want to make money, as long as you do these 2 activities, you will make money eventually. So number 1 is what I call my daily 5. So every day I spend about 1 to 2 hours, right? Called my daily 5, where just 5 key activities to grow my business no matter the season I'm in. I can be traveling, I can be on off, I can be taking an off day to be my kids, my family. But I know if I spend at least 1 to 2 hours doing my daily 5, I can't help but to eventually grow my business. So the first activity is just clients. So any form of client support work, client upgrade work. The next one is conversations, right? So DMs, right? DM people, very key, especially if you're starting our business. The more DMs you make, the more money you make, right? Connections. So finding ways to attract more people, whether it's building more content, is it more JVs, is it maybe doing ads, right, or more partnerships. There are a lot of practical activities that you can check out my other YouTube channel to find out more. Content, right, so you do want to create content, and then coordination, some back-end operation stuff that is needed to sustain the business. So every day spend at least 1 to 2 hours doing what I call the daily 5. The more you do this for 1 year, and I guarantee you will make more money. Number 2 is what I call the cash campaign toolkit, right? So which is every month at least 1 to 2 cash campaigns where it's like a big event, right? Or not doesn't be big, right? Just a special event, right? For a different topic, right? Invitation to people, right? With a different reason. And again, when clients join in, one of the first things I give them is the cash campaign toolkit. And every month we come together to decide what are your top at least 2 activities to launch for the month. It could be an event, it could be a direct invite, it could be a referral campaign. Again, there are tons of it. I think about 24 right now. And again, if every month you choose about 2 cash campaigns, you can't help but to make more money. Again, success, right, is just about a few simple disciplines practice every day. So the 4th one is then what we call sustain, right? In terms of what I call cash nurturing activities. So these 3 will help you to generate cash in the short term or to the mid-term, but this is really more to scale up, right, with more income, with less time, stress, and effort. So let's go. So to scale to the next level, number 1 is what I call super simple scaling. So we are not trying to systemize like people making 7-8 figures, but they're just very simple systems that help you out. And the biggest lesson learned here first is to understand your zone of genius. So as I repeated at the start of this video, the clearer your zone of genius and the more you do your zone of genius, the more money you make, the less time you have, right? The less time you do. So for me, for example, my zone of genius is doing something like this, right? Where I create content, I create playbooks and systems, and I coach and consult. So this is my top 3 zone of genius. Everything else is secondary for me, right? So I'm not a good salesperson. I'm not my zone of genius not being a good salesperson. I'm not a good networker, right? I'm not a good operations person. Everything I do, right, is tailored towards my top 3 activities. And then number 2 is anything that's not in your zone of genius, you delegate, you systemize, and automate, right? So automate, you use all the AI tools. Systemize, that means you put in your calendar to do it on a regular basis, right? And you have a set activities to do on a regular basis, regardless what happens. And then you delegate it to what I call a VA, a team member, your business partner, so on and so forth, right? So for me, I have a virtual assistant, right, for about 4 to 5 years as I did on the video. And it was the biggest single best investment, right, I've done for my business and my life. Okay, so again, number 1, right, you want to do what I call super simple scaling. Delegate, automate, systemize things that are not in your zone of genius. Number 2, monthly recurring revenue. And this has made my business in the past 12 months so freaking enjoyable because I'm not worried about having to keep selling to new clients all the time. I'm not pressured, right? And I get to deliver most of the time. So monthly recurring revenue are just basic clients who pay you a recurring sum over and over and over again. So the 3 steps, number 1 is you need to deliver your promises. If you do not deliver promises, why would people pay you? So because I know a lot of people who charge $20,000, $30,000 for their coaching programs, but they get very pissed off people because they do not deliver their promises and they never retain. And because of that, these businesses have to keep running sales and marketing over and over and over again till they burn out and they eventually quit. Don't be like, if you love your business, if you actually want to help people, don't be like that. Make sure number 1 is you deliver your promises first. When I first started my coaching program, where I charged $6,000 to $8,000, I would do weekly one-to-ones against the advice of many of my mentors and friends because it was a lot of time, but I really wanted to just create results for people first. Number 2 is just realizing that clients stay not just because of results, they also stay because they enjoy their time there. They feel connected. There's a community of people. They feel understood. They feel heard by you, right? They feel good emotionally, right? So just remember that retention is psychological as well. Whereas events, communities, personal check-ins, right? There are a lot of different tactics they can do, but basically you need to just care for your people beyond a transactional result. So that's what has worked a lot for me. So a lot of them are just my friends. A lot of them attended my wedding, right? These are people I plan to spend a good amount of my time with in a happy manner. And then number 3 is you want to show what is next, right? You want to show your clients what is next because you want to show them that you're always growing. They are always constantly getting good stuff, right? You are always upgrading your stuff so that they can always get good results in the long term. So the showing them what is next is so freaking important because it's like Netflix, right? You want to give trailers to what's coming so that they'll be more than happy to stay over and over again. So C, very quickly, right, which is internal reflects the external. So the last one over here, right, which is remember that if information was the answer, we'll all be billionaires with perfect apps. So, and this is one of my favorite quotes because I realized that even if I gave you everything I thought earlier, if you don't work internally, right, you're not going to get the results that you want. And so the 3 things that helped me out, that 10x my results, right, in terms of the internal stuff that helped me to create external, was started because I was an information junkie for the past couple of years. I bought different programs, a lot of free content, but nothing really worked until I put in about $30,000 into the program. And that very year, the next 12 months, I made 6 figures as well. And the reason why I made 6 figures was not just because of the information I learned, but it was the fact that it forced me to upgrade my level of internal, right, my inner game. And these were the 3 key things that helped me out a lot. Number 1 was I started to really look at why was I doing this. So the first P I would say is, do you know why you are doing this? So for example, when I wrote this many years ago, right, I think 2020, I realized in 6 months later, right, I was able to achieve every single thing I wrote down over here. So do you have a compelling purpose, vision, and drive to do it? Because if you don't know why, what you want and why, you're not compelled, right, it's tough for you to get the money you want that you might just think about it logically. Right now, my purpose is to make more money, yes, but it's to support my family, right? I'm a new father, and also to help more people at the same time. But this is my purpose of what I do. Next one is psychology. So back then, right, a couple of years ago, I invested more than 5 figures, right, with this guy called Stuart, who had the same mentor as Tony Robbins, called Dr. Richard Bandler, right? Because I realized that I need to upgrade my level of beliefs, my mental models, my emotions, my psychology, because I knew that if, as Tony Robbins said, your strategy, success is 80% psychology and 20% strategy. So again, you need to work on your psychology, and this is a core component of what we do in my business for my clients as well. And the third one, right, is perform, right? So besides just psychology, you actually need to implement consistently. So the triage system is a reason why I was able to get extremely high energy levels in my life, where I can work from 8 a.m. to midnight and still have high energy levels, right? So this is what I call triage system, review, recharge, relaunch. You can check it out somewhere on my YouTube. I'll probably talk about it, right? And then what I call the feedback loop, which is I'm always open to feedback, not just to learn, but to shift my action, and I learn again and I have feedback again. So again, I'm a huge learner, right? Not just in terms of consuming it right now, but because I'm able to adjust my action, and I'm going to use feedback to improve it over and over again. The more I can do this, the more I can find mentors, coaches, people I look up to, peers, right, to give you feedback, to give you advice, right, the right one, the more likely you can perform as well. So again, the 3 P's of purpose, psychology, and perform. Again, and all of this was allowed me to help me to make more money and to help more people at the same time. And a lot more freedom, fun, and profit as well, right? And enjoy my life also. So with that said, this is what I call the lifestyle business blueprint. And before I move on to the most important segment, I hope it shows you what's possible for you, right? Where we have people like Victor, who made more than 6 figures over the weekend after working with me. We have Dina working right now, with, like being associated with a minister, right? It's pretty good. We had piano teacher Gail, right, doubling her revenue, right, in just 2 quarters. Jeffrey, who managed to buy his house, right, after working with me. Many people, right, 5 figures while traveling around the world, right. And again, these are just some results. 2 Comma Club Award winners, students who made 5 figures, right, so on and so forth as well. All this because was a very imperfect version of the lifestyle business blueprint, but this is something that I've created and designed, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And so very quickly, if you'd like me to install this with you, this is just a very quick invitation. There's no obligations, obviously, but I have a 4-week installation program if you would like me to do this all with you, to create all of this with you, so that you get your lifestyle business and add $20,000 per month right into your business as well. So very quickly, if you would like to continue the journey with me, basically you get a guest ticket to 4 installation workshops where you learn and implement. You get lifetime access to replace playbooks, AI prompts, and templates. And these are the 4 key things that you get. Number 1, you get a client attraction operating system, which is everything, right? I've done all combined into a very key playbook and training, right, about creating and attracting new people into your work. And you get a live support if you're coming to a live event as well. Client nurturing, which is everything I've talked about how to get people to buy. And again, remember, the easier, the stronger marketing and easier sales. So over here, I help you to make your marketing as strong as easier, so your sales becomes autopilot and becomes as freaking simple as possible. Number 3, I'll talk about client conversion operating system as well, right? Where I share my entire suite of tools, AI prompts and strategies and playbooks and templates in order to convert clients in a very simple manner also. Okay, and the 4th thing is, how do you sustain and scale all of this to multiple 5 figures per month, right, in just 20 hours a week? I'll share with you everything over here. I'll give you all my playbooks, my SOPs, right? It took me years to create my hiring scripts, playbooks, interviews, if you ever need to. So you get all of this as part of the package when you just sign up for the accelerator today. Okay, so you have 2 options very quickly. So option 1 is a one-time ticket, which is to the installation workshops, whether it's live, right, or whether is it recorded, you'll get it. And number 2 is you get lifetime access to the replay and the resources as well. Okay, so option number 2 is you get a trial, which is a ticket to installation workshops. You get all of that above, and you also get personal coaching and feedback from me. You get immediate access to at least 32 other premium trainings, a 9-day trial of the community, lifetime access to the exact master GPTs I use, weekly support calls, no contract, cancel anytime. So this is all that you get in a very short period of time. So 3 key bonuses when you sign up for option number 2, the trial, right? Because I would like to invite you to hopefully continue a journey with me, not just as a one-time thing. If you want to, no problem. But if you like to continue with me, this is what you'll get. Number 1, you also get a rapid launch formula. And this is the number 1 thing I do for majority of my clients, to help them to make anywhere, right, from multiple 3 to 5 figures in a short period of time, right? Or at the very least, to get at least 200 qualified leads, all right, and 5 to 10 one-to-one calls and potential clients every single week. You get the AI tools, prompts, and templates as soon as you sign up today. Number 2 is you get a free personal one-to-one call with me. I used to charge $1,000 for one-to-one call, but when you sign on, right, for this trial community for my installation workshops, you get it completely for free as well. And the 3rd one is I feature you for free. So in my platform, right, I'm creating a hub, right, where everybody get to collaborate, partner with one another, get referrals, get clients, get sales, right, in our community itself. So I feature you for free, not just to my clients, but to my open public community down the road, and you'll get it all for free as well. So not only do you get any of the question answered, right, you get to be able to potentially get sales from us as well. Okay, so again, 2 options, right? You get a one-time ticket if you want to, no problem at all. Or number 2, you get the trial. So most programs like this cost about $250 to $1,500 at least, and this is what typical invoice, right, of some of the clients that I get. However, right now the investment is just either $99 for a one-time ticket, or you can just put in $9 first, get all the immediate access to whatever I just mentioned, right, and then just $99 per month after. So $9 for 9 days and get $99 per month, right? And there's no contracts, you can cancel any time. Okay, so very quickly, just in case you're wondering, how much time do I need to set aside to make full use of this program? You just need about 3 to 4 hours per week to get the most out of it, right? Obviously, the more time you put, the faster you get, by about 3 to 4 hours a week minimum. Number 2, this will work if you're starting company from scratch. If you are very new, I'll be giving you a bonus module about finding a business idea. And when you come for the one-to-one call with me, you will get your business idea super crystal clear already. So what might take a bit longer than those who already have a business idea, 100% it can work. Next one, if you're currently overwhelmed right now, my only key invitation to just remind yourself, which is that it's just because you're not clear with priorities. So just going to ask yourself whether it's your priority to grow your income, to build a lifestyle business. If it is, amazing. If not, no problem at all. But this is also why we also have unlimited support, and we'll be helping you to through clarifying your priorities, getting you more time, getting more energy, so that you can get the things done to grow your lifestyle business. Okay, if you're someone who has already bought a lot of programs but still failed to take action and implement, likely is because there's something internal that could be a challenge, or some bottleneck that was the biggest challenge over, or the bottleneck over there. And this is what we'll be going through in a one-to-one call, in a live calls, to make sure that you get exactly what you need to move your results. So I've gotten people that paid me paid other people $30,000 for programs, but I got more results with us us, not because I think I'm smarter or I'm better, but just because we personalize every single feedback and answer to our clients. Will this work for a business idea offer? I work with more than 3,000 people, right, for over the past close to 10 years. So I have clients operating in different sectors, industries, investments, health, 八字, right, agency, manifestation, e-com, affiliate, all of them work. The question is, how do you adapt some of these principles to your own world? And that's what I can support you with. Okay, if you're still unsure, again, obviously you don't need to say yes. There's zero pressure at all. Only make the decision out of intention and courage, not out of fear and scarcity. But what I would say is that's why we have the 9-day trial, right? Which is just $9. I hope it doesn't change your life, right? To put $9, and then you can make a better decision after. So you are here not to have an impulse purchase, but something that will hopefully sustain your journey for the long term as well. How different from any other programs? So we do 3 things that we believe in. Number 1, personalization and alignment. So every solution, every answer that we give is personalized based on you. Number 2 is we are very focused on client success and impact. We are not here to scale, right, millions, right, and then forget about the people that trust us first. So our focus for growth is for client retention and recurring revenue. So my take is not to get new people all the time, is to just keep, right, the people that we are working with. And number 3 is we focus a lot of inner game. So most business coaching programs are amazing, but the people still struggle because they don't focus on inner game. And that's what we go through as well. We have guest talks, workshops. I do a lot of life mindset coaching as well. And that is a core part of our entire coaching program. So again, investment $99 for a one-time ticket, or just a $9 first trial and $9 per month. Again, no obligations at all, but only make the decision and feel that this can move you forward, not away from them, from our installation workshops. Okay, alternatively not, there'll be some links below. You can grab my best stuff for free if you like to, and you can just continue watching my content, and hopefully it helps you and supports you in your goal. If not, I would love to invite you, right, into our installation workshop, into our community. You'll get probably the link below, and with that, I'll see you very soon. Bye.